Tara, Tammy's older sister.
Hey!
At
There we go. Preston!
Tiffany's wedding, nobody paid any attention. That was okay.
They still don't hear you over there.
That's all right. Well, anyways, it doesn't change the fact that I'm Tara. I'm Tammy's older sister and one of 4 Matrons of Honor. And it is my honor to be here today. This is going to take me a while. I was an only child for almost 9 years. I begged and begged for a sibling, and I dreamed of having a sister. I hated being an only child. While I enjoyed the perks of having my parents to myself, I wanted the companionship of a sibling in the worst way. Finally, April 17th, 1984, my sister entered my world. Tami, the tornado. Her energy knew no boundaries. Her joyful nature filled a room. She put her whole self into everything. She was a smiley, loud Tasmanian devil. She was always on the go, stripping down to naked as she went. That girl hated wearing clothes.
Still does.
She was rarely crabby, and she never sat still long enough to snuggle. As little sisters are often known to do, she would get into my things, she would make messes in my room, she copied everything I did, including choosing to play the flute just like me. She drove me crazy. I wondered, why the heck did I ever want a little sister? They are such a pain. Because we were so far apart in age, it took some time before I appreciated our sister relationship. I learned at some point that she was a really good secret keeper. And no matter what I did or how mean I was to her, she loved me and looked up to me and always forgave me. She is as loyal as they come. It may seem as though Tami can't make a decision. I mean, why else would she have 4 Matrons of Honor? Why else would she play the flute out of all the other instruments she had to choose from? But while decision-making may not be her strong suit, I assure you, she makes really good choices. And by the way, we might want to make this a drinking game at this point, because every time you hear a variation of the word choice, you may want to raise a glass. Take a sip. When she makes the choice to be your friend, you can believe she will be the best friend there is. She will be the life of the party, and she will always show up when you need her. There have been several times in my life where I've had to call on Tami, and she has showed up every single time. Was it convenient? Nope. Was it a sacrifice? Absolutely. Did she ever hold it against me? Never. Not even for all of those times she was roped into watching soccer games, school plays, dance recitals, volleyball tournaments, or helping me out with several chaotic childhood birthday parties. She's cared for my children while we were on trips. She has driven a couple of hours to meet us at the hospital when we had a family emergency, and she was the calm my kids needed during a scary ordeal. Auntie Tami just makes everything better. When I asked her not once, but twice, if she'd care for my family in the event that anything happened to me, she did not hesitate. She just said that she would. And when I asked her again, she reminded me she already agreed to do that, and she hasn't changed her mind. There have been times, after dropping my kids off on their first day of school, their first day of kindergarten, or their last first day of school, I'd call her bawling my eyes out like somebody died. And she was always there to talk me off the edge. And she'd definitely cry right along with me. Tami has chosen really well. The people she's chosen to surround herself with, the values she's chosen to live by. She chooses joy every day. She chooses to see the good in everything. She chooses to forgive and not hold grudges. She chooses to lead with love. These choices have all led her to this moment. Tami is now a wife. Tami now has someone in her life that allows her to slow down long enough to snuggle with, take off her clothes with, be still with, feel safe with, and share joy with. Dave, I see you. I see you choosing my sister and putting her first and jumping right in, choosing to be an uncle, a brother, and a son. I see you and I appreciate your choice. Her loyalty is now reciprocated. Her life is now mirrored in the life she chose to live with Dave. I couldn't be more honored to witness this relationship, and I am so grateful to Dave for filling all the crevices of my sister's heart and for making our family whole. Josh and I love you both, and we will always be there for you through every storm and every challenge. When you're family, it's the only choice. Cheers to Tami and David.